What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Tuesday. I'm in the car, and you know what that means. We are going on a Blu-ray trip, and I'm super excited because I actually get to pick up items today because for my birthday, my dad gave me gift cards to both Barnes & Noble and Walmart. So that's where we're going today. And as far as brand new releases, it is a huge brand new release day. We have F1, Nobody 2, The Bad Guys 2, I Know What You Did Last Summer. There's so many other more brand new releases, but let's not waste any more time. I am sitting outside of Barnes & Noble. Let's head on in. Here we go, heading on into Barnes & Noble. Beginning our trip with the 30% off rack, we have the brand new 4K for American Pie. That's nice to see in store. Nice slipcover. Ace Ventura right behind it. We have the 4K collection for Back to the Future, the 4K for Better Off Dead, Blazing Saddles, Chinatown, Clueless is next. I love this slipcover. And we have the individual James Bonds. We don't have all of them, but we have Thunderball, From Russia with Love, You Only Live Twice, and Goldfinger. I did not think I was going to see that in store today, so that was nice to see. And we have all of the usual movies that are here in this section. Megan, Longlegs, Reservoir Dogs. We do have Corpse Bride down here at the bottom. Nice to see that slipcover. One of my favorites of the year. I pretty much know what I'm looking for, but I do want to showcase what is available also. When you go around, there is the Steelbook, so the 40-Year-Old Virgin is still here, as well as Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. We have Corpse Bride, Arcane, The Last of Us Season 2. Here is American Pie. More Arcane, Small Soldiers. I was not expecting to see this here. I don't think it was here before. The Blob and Carrie, all awesome steelbooks. So Barnes & Noble is absolutely a great place to go to check out for steelbooks, just in case your Walmart is not stocked up. Barnes & Noble is a great backup choice. Lots of great steelbooks here. Let's move on to the other new release section over towards the back near the DVDs. Pretty much everything is as it was the last time I was here, except for here is the French Dispatch Criterion. So that's nice to see, as well as Megan 2.0. I believe that is the Blu-ray copy of that. And there's the Jurassic World Rebirth 4K Steelbook right next to the French Dispatch. Going around just to see if there's anything brand new. We do have The Life of Chuck Blu-ray here, no slipcover, 30% off. And then right behind it is the DVD as well. I still have not seen this movie. I'm probably going to stream it. And everything else pretty much is as it was the last time I was here. Now, when I turned around, I did see all the horror films are 40% off. So you know me, got to dive in here and see what is available. I have a lot of horror in my collection already, but you never know. Sometimes you can find a hidden gem. There's 3 American Psychos. I'm good. I have, I think, 2 or 3 copies in my collection already. Army of Darkness. That film Ash. I didn't really hear great things about Ash, unfortunately. Can never go wrong with Hitchcock with the Birds. Black Bag, that's not a horror film. I'm sure that was accidentally placed there. We got Carrie 4K Steelbook, The Cell from Arrow. Of course, Halloween. Hand That Rocks the Cradle is one of the best psychological thrillers I've ever seen. That remake is coming on Hulu, and I'm not sure how great that's going to be, but I'll be open-minded. Never Let Go, underrated. Nightmare on Elm Street, we have Nosferatu, The Substance, you can see right next to that. Evil Dead, this is my favorite of the franchise. That steelbook is looking pretty awesome. And also The Exorcist. Fargo, obviously not a horror film. That was placed in the wrong area. Now here's a movie I've never heard of, The Nesting. Just checking it out. and it is a Vinegar Syndrome title. So there is Vinegar Syndrome at Barnes& and Noble. You gotta look, but they're there. Long Legs, Love Me. That's obviously not a horror film, nor is the Maltese Falcon. The monkey is, though, absolutely. We've got the Stuff 4K from Arrow, Speak No Evil 4K, The Stand, Stephen King. Can't go wrong with Stephen King. And stop motion Blu-ray. Watchmen Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, obviously in the wrong place, but we have The Watchers, Wild Things, nah, wrong place. Oh, here we go. Winnie the Pooh 2, Blood and Honey. Right next to that is Get Out, Woman in the Yard, and Wolfman. World War Z. Just rewatched that one a couple nights ago. That is a very underrated zombie film, in my opinion. Halloween on DVD, House of Wax with Vincent Price. That's kind of a hidden gem, I think. We got Get Out, The Ghost in the Darkness, Gremlins for $4.99. Can't beat that. The Exorcism with Russell Crowe, The Exorcist, and we have Frankenstein, The Complete Collection, the Final Destination franchise. Let's see what's over here. V for Vendetta 4K, Venom. Those are just randomly placed there. The Thing. Love The Thing. But we're going to look at The Monkey first. The Monkey, Maxine. Love Maxine as well. Quiet Place Day 1. Red One. That's not a horror movie. Unless it was so horrific that it belongs there. I don't know. But we got Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell, as well as the 4K of Jaws and Joker. But let's go back to The Thing. The Thing is one of the best horror films of all time. John Carpenter nailed that movie. It's so fantastic. I watch it every single year at this time. Can't help it. We have this Alfred Hitchcock collection, suspense films. We've got Suspicion, Strangers on a Train, I Confess, Dial M for Murder. There's what else is in there? I'm trying to read it as I'm holding it. But you know, there's like 6 Hitchcock films, suspense. That's what I mean by hidden gems in the horror section. Oh, the Lost Boys collection. You don't need that. You only need the original film. That's it. Skincare was pretty decent. I watched that on streaming. And Smile 2. I'm not really finding anything that I want over here, but let's go over to the A24 corner. This is where I'm going to focus in on because I absolutely love the latest A24 films. I'm behind in collecting some of them, and so I would really like to add a couple of these titles to my collection. It's just a matter of which ones. Well, one I definitely know. But we have such great options here. But I know I don't want Queer. I watched that on Max. I wasn't a huge fan of that one. Sing Sing is kind of like a one-time watch. And then over here, the options. Of course, we have Baby Girl, Bring Her Back. Lamb, I've heard about. It's kind of, I guess, you know, I'm not really sure it's my taste. Legend of Ochi, I streamed. Not into that one. Love Lies Bleeding. That's definitely in the running. A Different Man with Sebastian Stan is such a fantastic film, but not the most rewatchable. After Sun, I actually have not seen this film, so I'm not really sure if I would add that one in. Heretic, I already own. I saw the TV Glow was not for me. I stopped midway through. Death of a Unicorn is also another movie I'm highly considering. Showing Up, I have not seen. I already talked about Queer. There's just so many options. I don't know which two. Well, I know one that I'm going to choose, but the other one, I'm kind of torn because there's just so many great options available right now. So let's go to Walmart. Second stop of the day, Walmart. We're going into Walmart. We're going into Walmart. In the new release section at Walmart, we are fully stocked all the way down to the bottom pretty much with brand new releases. Let's start off with F1. We have the DVD, no slipcover with that unfortunately, but it's only $19.96. There's also the Blu-ray for $24.96, also no slipcover. But here is the 4K slip, looking very nice. I like the background. I like the sunset with Brad Pitt on the front for $29.96. Right next door to that is Nobody 2. The DVD is $17.96. The Blu-ray is $22.96. And there is the 2 film collection for $22.96. So the 4K is not here, unfortunately. Next to that is I Know What You Did Last Summer, DVD only. I am not seeing the 4K Steelbook or the Blu-ray option for this, only the DVD. That's kind of unfortunate as well. Here's a surprise. I did not know that Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare was going to be available on DVD. This movie is only $14.96. Another brand new release out today is The Bad Guys 2. DVD is available, also the Blu-ray. Both have slipcovers, and they also have a 2-movie collection pack with the first film for $22.96. We still have older releases still in stock. Superman, still available, tons of copies. 28 years later. The Last of Us Season 2. We've got Ballerina. Megan 2.0. How to Train Your Dragon. Jurassic World Rebirth Blu-ray 4K. The 7-movie collections are still in stock. Elio is down at the bottom. And Lilo and Stitch. Let's see what is on the side here. We've got the DVD and Blu-ray of Thunderbolts. We have Uzumaki, is that correct? And how I'm saying that, I'm not really sure, but the Blu-ray of that. Also the DVD of Sinners and Final Destination Bloodlines. And over on the other side, Karate Kid Legends on DVD, Blu-ray, and 1923 Season 2 DVD Blu-ray as well, with Yellowstone at the bottom. So now it's time for me to figure out what I'm going to be picking up with my Walmart gift card. In the middle aisle with the brand new releases, we really only have a few items here in the middle. I kind of scanned over everything, but what I really want to point out, we have the Walking Dead Dead City Season 2 on, I think this is Blu-ray. No, it's DVD. It's DVD for $19.96. There's also The Last Rodeo DVD as well for $17.96. Dangerous Animals is here. I was really hoping that they were going to have the Blu-ray, but this slipcover is kind of cool, I gotta be honest. And the DVD is only $12.96. So I'm thinking maybe I'll pick up the DVD of Dangerous Animals, because then I have more money for my gift card. I don't know. I gotta think about that. I gotta look around and see what else is available, what I could combine for the gift card. But that is pretty much all of the brand new releases in stock at Walmart today. I don't think there is anything else. There is Guns Up there, but that's the DVD that I showed you last time that I was here. Because they still do have The Surfer, and I need that for my Nicolas Cage collection, and I think that's the last copy, and that's $17.96. So possibly I could get The Surfer and Dangerous Animals. I don't know. I gotta think about it. And I have to look over in the glow-in-the-dark slipcovers, because possibly, maybe there's something cheap over there. I don't know. So I gotta think about things. But I think that is everything that I'm gonna show you in Walmart today. So now, it's been a long time since I've said this, but now let's go back to the house and I will show you what I picked up today. Back at home, it's time for me to show you what I picked up today, and that phrase sounds extremely weird because I have not said that in a really long time, but it felt oh so good at the same time. So I had a really great Blu-ray trip out today, and if you do hear noise in the background, that is because, believe it or not, it's about 85 degrees here in Connecticut right now. I think it's the last 80-degree day, and then the temperature is going to fall. And so as soon as I came home, the air conditioning went on. I need it, otherwise I'm dying. So if you hear noise, that's what that is. But who cares about that? What did I pick up today? That's what you want to know. What did I pick up at Barnes & Noble and at Walmart? So when it comes to Barnes & Noble, I already had an idea in my head before I went inside of what I would like to pick up. I definitely knew I wanted one A24 title in particular, but I thought I would maybe pick up a couple of DVDs or a Blu-ray or something, but I landed with two A24 titles because as I was looking around, nothing was really jumping out at me, or I already own it. So because of that, I went with A24, and there's so many awesome A24 titles I would like to add into my collection, so I'm happy that I went with my two A24 films. So the one movie I knew I wanted before I went in, Materialists. I loved this film. I thought it was so well done. I do have issues with the ending, but that's a real nitpick. Overall, I love the film in general. Dakota Johnson, I loved her in this role, and Chris Evans, in my opinion, this is, besides Captain America, because he's just so good as Cap, besides Captain America, I feel like this is his best role. He just shows his acting range and shows that, no offense, he can act, because in some movies it is kind of in question, but here he has such a great emotional range and it's showcased so well. I absolutely loved it. And Pedro Pascal as well. I didn't overly love his character, but he's fine. You know, like him and Dakota Johnson have great chemistry in the movie, so Materialists added into the collection. The other A24 title I went with, I was really torn, guys. As you guys saw, I was going back and forth between titles because there were so many that I wanted. But I decided to go with Death of a Unicorn. And that may surprise you because when I talked about the movie after I saw it in theaters, I thought it was just okay. I gave it like a 3-star or something. But when I rewatched the film on HBO Max, I enjoyed it a lot more. And I feel like the more I watch the film, the more I'm going to enjoy it again and again. And so because of that, I feel like Death of a Unicorn is the most rewatchable out of the choices that I had in front of me for A24 titles, because so many are great. I wanted We Live in Time and A Different Man and Love Lies Bleeding. Eventually, I want all of those in my collection. But they're all very serious in tone, and you can't always watch those. They're not always a go-to. Where I feel like Death of a Unicorn, because of the comedy, it's more rewatchable for me personally. So I went with Death of a Unicorn. I am so excited to add both of these A24 titles into my collection. Now, what about Walmart? Because I had a lot of variety here. I could have gone with the Dangerous Animals DVD and the Surfer Blu-ray. I could have gone with a brand new release 4K, but ultimately I went with the 4K for Ballerina. Now, why did I not go with a brand new release from today? Like, why did I not pick up F1 or something like that? Because I think F1 is going to come over from Warner Brothers. So anything that I have like the suspicion that I will receive a review copy, I'm going to hold off for now. I'm going to wait, until I know, and then I know I didn't get it. So to just play it safe, I went with the 4K for Ballerina, because this is a movie that I've been wanting. This is a film I absolutely loved watching in the theater, and I can't wait to watch it again. I really want my mom to watch it. I feel like she's going to absolutely love it. It has a great slipcover. I didn't want to miss out on the slip. Sure, I could have picked this up possibly at Bull Moose, but it was right there at Walmart, so why not pick it up? So ultimately, at the end of the day, I went with the 4K for Ballerina. So I am so excited. Awesome films, all movies that I've seen that I enjoy, and I cannot wait to rewatch all of them. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad, for hooking me up with the Barnes & Noble and Walmart gift cards. I truly do appreciate it. And then also on top of this, I did spend my Amazon gift card from Larry and I picked up 2 items I'm very excited about because there were a ton of Paramount films on sale over through Blu-ray.com, Amazon, whatever. All these 4Ks were $14.99. So I picked up a couple of them and I'm just super excited. I think the package is coming tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure whether I'm going to unbox the one package, its own video, or if I'm going to have a movie collection update. I'm not really sure yet. We'll see what comes in the mail, but more packages or more items will be arriving tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching this video today. And if you went out, I would like to know, what did you add into your collections? What did you pick up? Comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.